Hey y'all, welcome back to the kitchen. I thought I would bring y'all along. I'm going to whip up some peanut butter cookies. I mean, it's almost like they're impossible, but they do turn out really delicious. So I wanted to bring y'all along for the process. And it's very simple. There's 3 ingredients. 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of creamy peanut butter, and 1 egg. And you blend that together really good, and you roll it in little balls like about a teaspoon size, and mash it down with a fork, and you bake them, and they are delicious. It makes about 2 dozen little cookies. So I'm going to bring you on over here and let you watch me do the quick little mix. Then we'll roll them in balls and get them in the oven and have us some peanut butter cookies to go with, well, tea at my house. It might be coffee at your house. This is just so stinking simple. I've got my sugar in, and I'm going to put my egg in and beat that up, cream it. Then I'm going to add in my cup of peanut butter. You know, I have my favorites that I like to eat, but I have found that any of your creamy peanut butter will make cookies good. So if you don't want to pay more for one that's your favorite, then you can use something that's cheaper and you're still going to have good cookies. Let's get this mixed. Okay, I think it's mixed enough. Now I'll bring you back over to the butcher block area where we make our little balls and mash them down, and we'll get cookies in the oven. Gonna bake them at 350 on an ungreased cookie sheet for about 18 minutes. I've got one pan done, and I'm gonna bring y'all along while I do this other pan. I go ahead and mash my ball, and then I put the fork marks on it. I'm going to have to research why they do that for peanut butter cookies, because every recipe I've ever made tells you to do that. And remember, it's an ungreased cookie sheet. That peanut butter has enough oil in it to take care of business for you. So I'm just going to fill this little pan, and then we'll get a head count on these buddies. I've got 16 on my other sheet. And it said about, I usually get 2 dozen or so. So we'll see how many I get today. I didn't look to see what the moon's doing, but on the increase of the moon, you get a little bit better yield. Believe it or not, I know it does. My mom used to cater weddings and make wedding cakes. And if she had a wedding coming up that was on the decrease of the moon, she'd make that wedding cake layers and get it in the freezer ahead of time so she could get a better yield and have a prettier fat cake. Yeah, I grew up, everybody that we had anything to do with, my family, they all were in the kitchen cooking. Okay, y'all, I'm going to get these cookies in the oven, and I'll bring you back and show you what the yummy little boogers look like shortly. Okay, here's the big tray with 16 on it out of the oven, 18 minutes. I'm going to get them on the rack over here to cool, and I've got one more little pan cooking. Okay, y'all, here's the cookies all plated up and pretty. And let me just tell you, they are just your tasty peanut butter cookies. You would never know that there's no flour in them. So if you know somebody that can't tolerate flour, this is a wonderful recipe to make them a little gift basket or give them the recipe. Be sure and tell them to watch Apron Strings. And all of you mamas that have little ones going back to school and you like to pack a treat in their lunch every now and then, this makes up so quick and easy because it only makes a couple of dozen. I got 26 cookies, very little ingredients, and you've got, man, it's just Easy. It's too easy to not do and make those kids' eyes twinkle when they open their lunchbox. So I hope you'll try this and let me know what you think about it. It's an old recipe that's been around for a long time, but a lot of us, and I'm guilty, I tend to use the one that I've used forever that has everything in it. But this is so quick and easy, and I've got to where with just me and Troy, when the grandkids are not going to be here, having just a couple of dozen makes all the difference in the world. Now let's talk a minute about those lunch boxes and your kids. I started out a long time ago. I would put a little note in my baby's lunchbox. My babies are grown. They're both in their 40s now. But I would put a little note in their lunchbox. And most of the time, when I made their sandwich for lunch, I took a bite out of the corner. And they laugh about that today. They would have thought something was wrong with their sandwich if Mama didn't take a bite out of the corner. First time I did it was just for a joke, but they just loved it. So that's what I would do. I'd make their sandwich and I'd get one bite of it, wrap it up and put it in their lunch. So see, that's just a goofy memory that my kids have, and they just loved it, and they still laugh about it. Make some memories. Make those, you're not at school with them, but you can be there, because when they see something you've done, they're going to think of other sweet things about you that they love, and it's going to put a bright spot in their day. So I'm going to be bringing some more cookie and goodie recipes like I told you that you can put on your goodie table at Christmas time. But this is a good one for the lunch boxes or for your husband's lunch box. I like to make that special too. I used to put little notes in Troy's lunchbox, and he never wrote me one back. I told him one time, I said, I'm going to quit putting notes in your lunchbox if you don't give me an answer. That just wasn't something that he did, and I knew that. But it's something that brought me joy. So, all of that being said, I hope y'all are going to have something to make memories at your house today. Put some good food on the supper table. Spend some time with your family making some memories. Y'all don't forget to give the good Lord the praise and the glory for everything He's blessed you with, and be thankful, whether it's great or small things, every gift comes from Him. Say your blessing before you eat. Say your prayers before you go to bed at night. That's pretty important. Teach those youngins to do that. The world we're living in is trying to take prayer out of everything, and unless you are putting it back into their lives, they will succeed. So do your part. Y'all come right back here tomorrow, and we'll have another good recipe. The good Lord bless you.